Hello! Welcome to the first episode of the Setlist and the first video for Dire Dire Docs. My name is Sean, and today we're counting down my top 10 favorite tracks from Super Mario Bros. 3. When this game released, it had the best soundtrack of any Mario game and arguably the best soundtrack of any game at the time. Though many other games have since eclipsed it, the music from Super Mario Bros. 3 is some of the best in the industry. We're kicking things off with the last world theme in the game, the World 8 map. It's a simple tune with a repeating drum beat and 8 chords, get it? But it sets the stage for the final lap before Bowser. It pairs up nicely with the world map art design and animations to let the player know their Mario skills are about to be put to the test. The tone is very different from that of the other worlds, and that's what makes this theme stand out. The World 1 map theme is the first tune players hear upon starting up the game. It's upbeat but so laid back and chill at the same time. As a kid, to me this theme was synonymous with a relaxing summer day. I would sometimes just sit and zen out for extended periods of time, listening to this theme and watching the bushes dance around on the map, imagining what it would be like to be in that world. Like the World 8 map theme, this one is on a short loop, so I couldn't bring it higher than the 9th spot. The best part about King Bowser Battle is its brief intro. I mean, those first few notes are like a get ready because you aren't ready signal before the tune launches into a rapid fire battle theme. Like World 8 map, King Bowser Battle has a different tone from most of the rest of the soundtrack, which helps it stand out. While it still becomes repetitive, it's more varied than the world themes, so it just edges out World 1 map for the 8th spot. The Super Smash Bros. Ultimate remix of the King Bowser Battle theme gives it some additional life, but that version does not count for this ranking. The underwater track slows things down a bit relative to the other level themes, pairing up well with the speed of the swimming controls. While not a standout favorite of mine, it does its job of sounding like a seaside tune. It also hides its loop a bit better than the previous tracks on this list. It sounds like it should have 4 parts, but it only has 3, and if you aren't paying attention, it still works quite well. I vaguely recall being initially upset with the underground theme for the changes they made from the original Super Mario Bros. Specifically, I couldn't get behind that brief gap where the only thing you hear is percussion. I felt the melody should have been a little bit faster to repeat. However, this rendition quickly grew on me, and even in my 30s, I'll still find the drum beat entering my head randomly. The pause in the melody helps elevate this track over the earlier ones on the list, despite its quick-to-repeat nature. It also helps that this tune is a video game classic. Oh man, this track is so good. It really hits you with that sense of dread without suggesting a super high spike in difficulty like the World 8 map theme. For me, it evokes memories of booze, thwomps, moving spikes, hidden doors, and lava bubbles. This is the first great dungeon theme of the Super Mario Bros. Series, though the castle theme from the first game wasn't hard to beat. We're getting close to video game classic status here. The airship theme immediately stood out to me as a kid that first time Mario grabbed anchor and was carried off into the sky. There are two things I really appreciate about this track. The first is that it's a slow track to match the slowly moving level, and the second is that it's not so prevalent that you can't hear the sounds of bullet bills launching from their cannons. It has the weight of urgency behind it while forcing you to slow down and make calculated movements. The airship theme is just all around well designed for the type of level it represents. The most complex tune in the entire soundtrack, the ending theme provides a payoff for those who are able to conquer Bowser. It has this celebratory vibe to it that is amplified by the credits on screen doing a victory lap, showcasing the worlds of the game like a theater encore. In a way, it also feels bittersweet. While it definitely feels great to beat a game, there's also this faint sadness that the journey has come to an end. Still, this track perfectly sends off what I personally consider to be the best Super Mario Bros. Game Nintendo has made to date. Despite there being only one true ultimate Mario theme, the overworld theme from Super Mario Bros. 3 stands out just as much for me. Though I didn't give it top honors, this is the epitome of a main Mario theme to symbolize the game it appears in. It is literally perfect and is the go-to music to represent Super Mario Bros. 3. Before revealing my top pick, here are a few other tracks from this game that I adore. If the overworld theme epitomized Super Mario Bros. 3, the athletic theme represents something more. This is a classic Mario tune through and through. I really don't know what else to say about this track. It's got it all: the catchy melody, the upbeat tone, which works perfect with platforming, and multiple parts to the tune to keep the loop from feeling too repetitive. This is Super Mario Bros. 3's best and one of the best in the whole Mario franchise. Well, that does it for this episode of the Setlist. Being the first inductee, Super Mario Bros. 3 isn't being rated against any competition. However, starting with the next episode, we'll be seeing how its soundtrack stacks up against others in the gaming industry. Until next time.